too slow because we started the show.
Okay.
You know, how come I go, oh, okay, let me hear, you know, that's because I'm trying to don't be too slow. My friend. I need to speak a little faster. When you talk faster and louder,
Yeah.
it's more exciting.
Okay. Just to let you know, you're already on long time.
Whoa!
Hey. Welcome.
Hey, Gregarious Joy here.
And
Are we really on the show?
we are really on the show.
And it's my birthday.
Yes, I was gonna say happy birthday, happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you. It's a big day.
Bettina Joy Steinhauer.
Steinhauer. Yeah, get it right.
Okay. Well, tell us.
The BET, remember?
Right. Okay. So, you do anything special over the weekend with your birthday?
Yeah, I had birthday breakfast already, and tonight we're having a party with a bunch of friends. We're gonna eat food, and what else did I do? I bought myself a key lime pie, just in case they don't get the cake I want. I got a pie I want.
She got the one she wanted.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should all get what we want on our birthday.
On your birthday, you should be able to get what you want. No, I agree.
It's our party. We can cry if we want it. We can have the cake we want.
Fantastic. Well, again, happy birthday.
Thank you. Yeah, my friends and family and the Facebook friends are all sending notes, and it's really nice to have that Facebook friend presence, by the way. I have to say, Facebook has really, really changed our lives. I mean, how many people get 70, 100, more than that, hellos and happy birthdays on their birthday normally before? Did you get them any cards in the mail? No. It makes it so much easier.
Cards in the mail? What's that?
Yeah, right? Well, snail mail. Well, I still get a few because there's some archaic people in my family who have to still go there, which is fine. It's a beautiful thing in a way. I treasure it in a certain way. I love getting that card and looking at that card on my mantle or, in my bathroom or something to remind me.
Fantastic. Well, you heard it here. Go to her Facebook page and please post.
I wasn't asking for people to do it.
a happy birthday wish to Bettina.
Yeah, Bettina Steinhauer.
Okay,
Facebook.
So the inspirational message of the day, we typically like to start the show off with that.
Go for it, Greg.
Hey, no matter where you are in receiving this message, whether it's in the morning, in the afternoon, or evening, I would just ask that for a moment you just, silence the mind a bit, silence the chatter, exhale the negativity, and breathe in the positive energy of spirit, the positive energy of God. And the inspirational message is, today I decide life is good. God is good. I look at each day with optimism. But at any given point, the sky could be filled with clouds, and I can't see the sun anymore. It becomes very gloomy. So at this point, I have the decision to name the day. Will I name the day good, or will I name the day bad?
My choice.
You are always a choice. It is your choice.
Yeah. I was laughing. I didn't mean to laugh during you. I'm sorry.
What was that?
But my talk today is all about this is it. And
This is it?
This is it. When you said, what was the line you said? Any given point, this is it.
Well, if there's,
right?
Yes, if there's anyone out there right now,
no accident, right?
Who is
Spirit.
going through a challenge,
living by spirit here.
Just know that there is no spot that God is not, and we just send lots of loving thoughts to you wherever you might be and whatever you are going through, knowing that trust Spirit, and you will be guided every step of the way. That's my inspirational thought of the day.
Thank you.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So you were telling us that you were.
I apologize if my attention is a little off.
The same thing is the same as mine today?
I'm not that great at focusing today, and I'm going to try really hard on my own, but
okay.
usually
well,
I have a
think
little...
the birthday kind of knocked her off guard a bit.
Well,
we're not going to tell about, every little detail.
But, yeah, it's been, it's not perfect today, this morning. But that's okay. We're going to make it work. And we both got some good content for today, and we want to share and let you know right away what we're up to here.
Okay.
Should I start, or are you
Yeah,
going to
go
start
ahead.
with
Go
your
ahead.
segment?
Go ahead.
Okay, well, my segment is all about, well, I think mine should come after yours, actually. Your talk is going to be about
No, go for it.
your thoughts
Create your
create
reality.
your reality.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
your thoughts create your reality. Perfect. I'm going to start with this is it. This is a talk about transformation. All right? I listened to an amazing CD that I didn't even realize I had in my house, and I don't know where I got it. Thank you, whoever gave this to me, or however I got it. If it was by, thank you. It was exceptional. I was blown out of the water, and
Okay.
it was exactly what I needed for the day, and this week, and whatever month. But this is it. It's a beautiful CD by Ernestine F. Fisher lecture. It's the PIS 7. This is it. And it actually reminded me very, very closely of a beautiful course I took called the Forum in Los Angeles. The Forum, like the Greek Forum, that's a really wonderful course, and I was involved in that for many years in LA. They have them all over the world. They're 2 weekends and an evening session, and it's a wonderful course about transformation, and that's what this talks about. And this is it. It's just part of the transformational thing.
Okay.
All right. She
So
says,
tell us
what
about
the
the
first thing she
transformation.
asked, she was quick and very, succinct, and went through zillion subjects very quickly. So I'm going to try to recreate this talk by Ernestine,
Right.
and which is, I believe, created from the inspirational work of the Forum and Landmark Education in Los Angeles or in LA. I think it started, and the S training way back in the day, they called it that. So at any rate, this is the work of transformational technologies from Landmark Education originally, I believe. What is present in your life today that you don't like? Okay, that's the big question. What is present in your life today that you don't like? List them out. Put a couple things down. What's your reality? Could be money. Could be you owe someone money. Could be someone owes you money. Someone, your social life, with somebody, or commitment to your work, or something. Whatever you don't like, whatever's going on.
Mm-hmm.
List all things you don't like. All right? The first thing. Second thing, now, what you're supposed to say, she recommends, or she says, this lecture, for the moment, say that thing, and then say, this is it, and I'm satisfied.
Okay, so whatever my issue was, my concern is, I write that down, I share it, and then I say I'm not satisfied.
You said,
What am I
this is,
saying at the
so
end?
this is it.
This is it.
And I'm satisfied.
And I'm satisfied.
So my work situation, this is it, and I'm satisfied. My income, whatever, this is it, and I'm satisfied. Whatever it is. All right, sadness. Now here's what comes up usually, right when people start saying that to themselves, or trying to say that. Sadness, it's too bad. It's fear, too bad. This is what she says. Depression, too bad. It's not fair, too bad. Not my fault, too bad. Out of control, too bad. Pathetic, it's too bad. That's your reality, So this is it, and I'm satisfied, and too bad. Right?
Okay, so just a bit of a comment for me on that. That seems a bit harsh for me.
It is.
Okay.
It's a harsh beginning. So
All
just
right,
let me
so-
keep going with this roll.
Okay, if you agree with me, put that up on your screen too.
Yeah.
That
Well,
sounds,
we're going to get more in.
okay.
This is
She's going to
transformational.
get into it. Okay.
This is transformational technologies. This is not for the faint of heart. Okay, if you're already freaked
sounds
out,
like boot
if you're
camp
already,
to me.
it's boot camp and 10 times over. If you're too rattled or scared about what I said so far, you should just go get a cup of coffee and go do that other spa thing.
Really
in
don't
the,
do that. We want you to stay
Go,
with us,
go do the
okay?
spa thing in the other part of the house, and go do this, because this is for not the faint of heart. All right, so it's time to move on. That's what she's recommending. We just say it's time to move on, and I agree. So say to yourself after each one of those things, this is it, I'm satisfied. Okay, so what comes up? Anger, frustration. Usually the opposite comes up. If you say I'm satisfied, guess what? The opposite always comes up immediately, because they go together. Anger, despair, fury, excited, sadness, denial, frustration, anger, hopelessness, ambivalence, disgusted. Those are what come up when you say, you try to mask when something's not good and you're putting I'm satisfied over it. The opposite comes up with I'm not satisfied. I'm not satisfied. That's not true. That's not where I'm at. I am not satisfied. That's what comes up. So those are forms of resistance. Those
Okay,
those
so-
are quote unquote forms of resistance. Now,
What if I don't-
what
okay,
I present,
all right.
but there's an old saying: what I resist persists.
What I resist persist.
Yeah, it does. That's everybody knows that one. That's
True.
like the age-old.
Yeah,
It's
that's true.
Truism.
Yes.
It's an absolute truism. So we all know that. Wise part of ourself knows that. So the whole thing is in your mind. It goes what we want to say to ourselves is not what it is, but what it isn't. Like we kind of like, you know. But what shouldn't have happened? Like I don't want to see it. I don't want to have it. I'll fix it. In order to not be in denial, you have to be okay with it.
Okay. So if I'm okay with it, does that mean that I'm accepting it for what it is? Or
Well, for the moment,
am
yeah,
I
you're just
saying
mocking
I
it.
can change that?
You're
What
faking
am
it till you fake it till you make it. You're just playing the game of this course. And what this course is just to try on things, try on a new hat, try to be a different way for a few minutes. It's a muscle. Transformational stuff is a muscle. You have to flex it daily, weekly, monthly, yearly to have it. I mean, it's not there normally. It's not there normally.
Right.
It's not a normal muscle in our body. It's
So
in our
we need
brain.
that
It's
exercise
a
to
muscle
make
in
it
our
grow.
brain. Yes.
Okay.
So, in order to not be in denial, we have to be okay with it. That's what she said. All right, so that's where we're at on that. Then she said, okay. Then she said, like, what about being poor or being in a bad relationship, or what the first thing you say to yourself when those, okay, it's like here's an example. You're driving down the freeway, you get a flat tire. What's the first thing you think of when you get a flat tire and you're pulled over? Why me?
Yeah.
Why me is always everybody, without a date, you know, and like divorce. Why me? Death. Why me? Rent due or owe money. Why me? You know, it's always what we say.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So
we just
when
go
you
into
said
this.
death, do you talk to the spirit and say, "Why me? Let me get
Well,
another shot
I think
at
that
this."
the moment when people have someone die, that is one of the first things that comes to mind is why. Why do they have to die today?
Okay.
Why do I have to lose this person? You know, it's like a natural
okay.
knee-jerk. It's a human being quality. We're just humans. You know, we're not just these simple little humans. We just do this stuff. It's our body, our brain, how we work.
Okay.
Okay, so it's how we're wired. So other people should grow old, but not us. You know, like that kind of thing. Right?
Right.
You ever feel like when you were in your hospital bed, when you were recovering from surgeries or different things that happened to you? I mean, we're older. We both had a couple big surgeries in our life. Man, it's hard. You know, those moments where you're just like, you know, why me? Or other people should grow old, but not me.
Well,
Like you can't even believe it. You never would believe it happened. It's going to happen to you.
Well, I did find that if you try to at least stay in shape, your recovery process is much easier.
True. Do exercises
Afterwards,
before
doing
you get your surgery.
exercises. If you haven't done exercises in a while,
Try to get in shape before that surgery because it's going to help
Yeah.
you a lot with the recovery. Definitely.
because they will push you.
They will push you in that
And it
recovery.
will hurt.
Oh, you're going to be crying, singing the blues. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So what we have done is attached ourselves to having X.
Yes.
So we do get attached to having to have things a certain way.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
We do.
That's just natural.
Yes.
Okay, so like a baseball game. Okay, we get attached. Like someone had a baseball game. They hit the ball at the home plate. Guess what they do? They run to first plate, but they drag home plate with them to first base, and then they drag home plate to second base, and they drag home plate to third base. They drag it because we get attached to things. We drag stuff around with us in life, like our woes from our whatever before, you know, things like that. So we attach ourselves to stuff.
Yes.
It does not work.
Okay. So,
Right? It's heavy. Who wants to carry all that, right?
Right.
It's very heavy and painful at times.
But you're supposed to tell us how we can get rid of that.
Well, here's the
heavy
next
weight.
step. The basics of the lecture is what happens first. It's resistance. We talk about resistance, and we have. Okay, we look at, like for instance, if you're going to a lecture, and you know, you don't really want to be there, or you go to church, or whatever you're at, you don't want to really be there. You look around, you go, I'm going to sit over on the side, or I'm going to sit in the back, or you know, you sort of pick your spot. And then the second thing, as far as resistance, you start to look around at the people. I don't want to sit by that person. Okay, I really don't want to sit by that person. You know, you start judging and evaluating the room.
Yeah, you
Isn't
can't
it
say.
true?
Yeah, you can't say you've never
You've been
done
to
that.
a lot of
Yeah,
lectures, and
yeah.
you've been to a lot of courses and seminars,
Yeah, I think that's just
public speaking people.
you know, common nature for everybody.
It's like that person looks like they smell, or that person, they look weird. You know, who knows? Whatever you think.
Okay,
Whatever comes
for
to
most
mind.
people.
Yeah, and then, or they look like they're going to talk to me, and I don't want to talk.
Right.
Right.
I think we had a few of those on the airplane.
Yeah, like you're at your airplane seat. You're like, no, not that person. Okay. All right. So you're always judging and evaluating the room. All right. So the next thing is step-by-step transformation. All right. Dictionary says beyond form. That's what transformation says in the dictionary. Beyond form.
Beyond form.
But what she says is actually being or operating from a new, different place. Like we want to invite you to think, she wants to invite you to think about it as being or operating from a new or different place.
Okay.
That's transformation.
Yes.
All right. So the number 2, acknowledgement. That was the first one. Resistance. Like we got a resistance. That's normal in life. The next thing is acknowledgement. Acceptance that it is my resistance. All right. I have to give up what I think I already know.
Okay.
Because
that's a difficult thing to do.
It is when you're in a course or anything in school.
There's
It's
a
like
lot
we
of that
have to
behavior
give up.
you
We have to
receive
give up
from-
what we think we know
Right,
is
when
right.
you're a kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of, hereditary, in other words. It's passed down through you.
I
So
know.
how do
And a
you-
lot of people are know-it-alls.
Right.
And I like people who are know-it-alls who actually
So how
do
do
know
we
a lot
get-
of stuff. That's fun. But
How are we able to transform ourselves with those
Okay.
type of
well, the second thing, acknowledgement, acceptance
issues?
that it is my resistance. I have to give up what I think I already know.
Okay.
Right?
We gotta give it up.
Versus being in acceptance of what I know.
Okay.
So question, if you were not going to suppress it or resist it,
Yes.
you would what? Experience it completely.
Right.
And like for instance, they gave an example. If you have a baby, I had a couple babies. When you have that child and it comes out of you, it's a full, complete experience. It's complete. There's nothing you need to do about it, or you can't hold it. It's gone. It was a complete experience. That's it. So what we need to do is be complete. Is the first step to completion is a choice. Choice. You have to choose. That you're going to declare it complete. Like,
Okay.
do I walk around talking about how I gave birth to Max was premature, a month and a half early, and this and that about the
I see our
delivery?
director saying, I think it's time for us to take a short break.
Okay. Do you want to go for a simple break? All right. Then we'll get on to the next one about choice. That's the last segment of it.
That's the last segment on choice. We'll be right back.
There's 2 segments actually. Bye. We'll see you in a bit. Transformation from Gregarious Joy.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to dear one. Happy birthday to you. From good friends and true. From old friends and new. May good luck go with you and happiness too. Happy
We've reached the age of live streaming on social media shows. You may ask, we're already ahead of the curve, so why do you need to advertise with us? Well, only 8% of the businesses in the US are using digital advertising to grow their business. That's 2 percentage points short of reaching critical mass, which will lead to faster results. We have 20 plus shows with a reach of over 80,000. We'll give you commercial ads, website link, and connections to nonprofit organizations. So get your brand ready for digital monetization, for we are looking for sponsors, which will bring more traffic to your business and ultimately mean more sales. So let's bring the world to you. Inquire now. We've reached the age of live streaming on social media shows. You may ask, we're already ahead of the curve, so why do you need to advertise with us? Well, only 8% of the businesses in the US are using digital advertising to grow their business. That's 2 percentage points short of reaching critical mass, which will lead to faster results. We have 20 plus shows with a reach of over 80,000. We'll give you commercial ads, website link, and connections to nonprofit organizations. So get your brand ready for digital monetization, for we are looking for sponsors, which will bring more.
Welcome back.
Hey, welcome back. It's Gregarious Joy again, and we're talking about transformation today. It's a heavy subject. Some people are just probably, oh my gosh, it's big. It's not for the faint of heart. Like I
It's
said,
not for the
you might
faint
want to
of
go
heart.
do the spa morning somewhere else in the
Right,
house
but-
if you can't hang with this, because it's a lot of data, and it's
Right.
I'm cramming it into a tiny segment, and a
Right,
lot of
so-
people
so-
take two weekends and an evening session to go through a lot of these
Okay,
concepts.
So can you capsulize
Yes.
that last piece for
I'm
us?
going to put 2 more points and then it's done.
Okay.
But what I wanted to share quickly, and for people who have already been,
She doesn't understand the
in-
word quickly. Go ahead.
I know, but people who have already invested time, energy, and money into the whole
You
idea
can tell she's
of,
very passionate about the subject.
yeah, about transformation and transformational technologies in business and in life, they'll grasp the concepts quicker than people who are just hearing it for the first time.
Right.
People who are hearing this for the first time might be going cross-eyed and go, oh, I disagree, or how can you say that, my goodness. But for whatever reason, this is what I'm reading right now, and this is where I'm at right now, and I'm at the last 2 points that I'm trying to make. What it is first, we went through that we have to have transformation, you have to say this is it. And the second thing is,
No, we went through all
there's
of those.
resistance.
Yes.
Okay. And then we
Alright.
have to, we're in denial. And
You
then we
give
have
us
to
the Cliff Note version.
accept the resistance.
Okay.
And then we have to, we realize that we have to complete our experiences.
Yes.
Whatever experiences we're having,
Okay.
they're complete.
Okay.
And then we get to the first step in completion is that saying to yourself that this is a choice.
Okay, this is the choice.
Like, I have to choose to be complete with the birth of my kid. I don't talk about it every day. That's it. It's complete.
Okay.
You know, I have to choose that.
All right.
Okay, so the next thing was,
That's what we talked about in our inspirational messages. today.
yeah, and it was perfect.
You choose.
Perfect, you choose.
Okay.
Also, then the next part is we make decisions based on options.
Okay.
All right, based
I
on
would agree with
based
that.
on data.
Wouldn't you?
Like, you're a data guy. You
Yes.
went to college. You know,
Right.
you have a degree and say you're a big
I make a
salesperson.
decision based on my best options.
Yeah.
Because my best options might not be the same as yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So what does it say about that?
anything in sales, you have to back things up with statistics and data,
Yeah.
or you're not going to make your sale.
Right.
You know, that's
So,
just part
so,
of.
so how are you backing this up?
Okay, well, make choices based on data. That's what we usually do.
Right.
This transformational technologies and this whole talk and the way the concept and the idea of this whole idea is You're supposed to choose from nothing. Nothing. People can't get that sometimes, but
People,
listen.
you can't choose from nothing.
Yeah. Let me
Okay?
give you an example.
Share that
Let me give you.
concept
Let
with
me
us.
give you an example. Okay.
Please,
Like
we're
if
waiting.
okay, here I got 2 ice cream cones. We got a
Right.
chocolate. We got a strawberry.
Right?
Which one do you want?
Okay.
Go ahead. Which one do you want?
Give me the strawberry.
You want the strawberry? Okay. Why did you choose the strawberry?
I just love strawberries.
So your love for the strawberry chose the strawberry.
Yes.
Oh, and maybe it tastes yummy. Your yummy chose the strawberry. I mean, that's why you chose, because you chose. There's really no reason why you chose except for you chose.
Okay.
So that's what we need to choose. That we come from, we choose from nothing. That's what we need to realize.
Okay.
Choices. You know, when it gets right down
you
to it.
choose from nothing. Okay.
Yeah, I choose because I choose it. Just that's what we need to get to the point where we can just say we're choosing because we choose it.
Okay.
And then you decided, okay, a decision you made. When you choose, you commit.
Okay.
All right?
You make a commitment. Yes.
Yeah, you do. When you choose something like that ice cream, you committed.
Yes.
Now, what is a commitment? See, that's the next step.
Yes.
We want to know what your definition of a commitment is.
Well, okay. Is that the last step?
Because,
I think the listening audience has had an opportunity to gather everything. So that sounds
here's
like
the last point is
the
that when
last
you
point.
make a commitment to something, you have to surrender to your commitment. That's the last point.
Okay.
And I give into it. When I surrender, I give up my resistance.
Yes.
Right? And this is the way it is. The book, Jonathan Livingston Seagull, there's this great little story from that Jonathan Livingston Seagull where there's a couple little creatures in the water and they're floating along hanging on to things, and so the river doesn't, take them, and one of them decides he's going to let go. He lets go of his resistance. He gets bumped and bruised and beat up a little bit, but then he starts to realize how he can get through the rapids, okay, and he ends up in another part of the river to the surprise of all these other little creatures in that other part of the river who are so astonished that one of them came from another area and came over to there. He was just astonished. And that is giving up your resistance to have something new, to surrender to your commitment.
Okay.
That's the end of my talk.
Okay. That was fantastic.
Did you like it?
Very in-depth. I could tell that you're very passionate about that subject. But what came to mind for me, especially at the end, is, when you really, really want something badly, and you just can't visualize it. But you hold on to that dream anyway. You have faith to believe that it can happen.
Well, if you make the commitment, you have to
make the commitment.
surrender to the commitment. Like, make a choice.
Yeah.
Choice equals commitment.
Okay.
The
All
commitment, you got to surrender to the commitment.
All right. We made
For
the
the
choice.
for the possibility of transformation.
Yes, we've made the choice.
And that
All right.
this is it.
This
Is the
it.
bottom line with that talk. So thank
Okay.
you for listening.
This is it.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I'm going to close it out with a conversation that I had with a friend over the weekend, and it was on the lines of The Secret. Now, we've all heard of The Secret.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of the information in The Secret is not a secret. It's really been around for years. Our words, our thoughts create our reality. I mean, there are plenty of books that speak on that topic. One, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill.
Absolutely.
That was out,
40s.
yeah. So, those concepts are out there. But the reason why I bring it up is because he said, you know what, this speak it into existence, that doesn't work. I'm not going to even say that anymore.
Oh no.
Speak it into existence.
You're kidding me. You believe it doesn't?
He said it doesn't work.
Who?
That
No.
was the discussion I had with a friend
Oh,
over
right.
the weekend.
All right. You were debating that.
So he was just saying, all it is a bunch of words, and we grasp onto those, and you go to work, and you might hear some people throw around those kind of buzz things, speak it into reality, and in the gym you'll hear it.
So you need a structure and support system to support you to.
Well,
Speaking, and people listen to you in a different way that will support you in having your
yes, but
speaking realized.
but my whole experience with it is that faith without work is dead. Let me repeat that. Faith without work is dead.
Oh yeah, you have to get into
So
action.
you can have the biggest dream in the world, and I want to be whatever it is you want to become.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just sitting at home every morning speaking it into existence, but you're not putting any foot or any steps with your thoughts and your prayers.
Can I address
You're
that?
just talking and speaking it out there, expecting it to fall in your lap.
Can I address that?
It does not work
Okay,
that way.
can I address that?
Okay.
If I was involved with the forum, that course that I took in Los Angeles, I was involved for five years heavily, like volunteering for all the seminars I took.
Now
and all
I know why
I
it
took,
takes you so long to go through it.
I
5
took,
years,
well,
okay.
oh, well, this is
5
2
years.
weekends and an evening session in 20
Okay.
minutes, okay. But if you know about this stuff, you're going to grasp the concepts immediately. If you don't, I'd have to listen to the show many times over to understand or think about it carefully and think about the possibility that it's real and that
Okay,
it can
so
work for
you
you.
cut me
But
off
here's-
to say
but,
what?
Okay, that there are graduate seminars after you take a forum. Once a month, every month, 4 times a month. You go
Okay,
once a week, and you're in a
but what
seminar
does
about a
that
subject.
have to do with me?
Well, it's a place to get
believing.
support in your goals being recognized and realized. You know, to have a little group broken into pods, you have a partner, maybe your little group, you break into small groups.
How
I was
about
in
this?
500
How about
people
this?
seminars,
How about
big
this?
seminars with
How about
tons
this?
of people.
How about this? You let me get through the concept, and then at the end, if you still have those questions,
All right.
please feel
Well,
free
that was
to
that
bring
was the
up.
idea how to make it happen.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
We
I
do
apologize.
that?
Yes.
It's all good?
Yeah.
All right. So he said, I'm not believing that anymore. So I asked him, I said, what are you doing to make this dream become a reality?
That's a good question.
He looked at me like, so what are you asking me? Do you have a plan? I mean, it's a simple question. You know, I ask people that all the time when I'm doing some sort of seminar or I'm talking to small groups. Do you have a plan? And people will kind of, actually, do you have a plan written down?
Yeah.
Okay?
You've got to take
I
such
used to keep-
sufficient amount of conversations to make something happen,
Yes.
and writing it down starts making it happen.
Right. You that was perfect. That was perfect. You have to write it down. I used to hide mine on the mirror in my bathroom because I wanted to see it every day.
Mm-hmm.
For me, if I wanted to stay laser focused on my plan, I had to be able to see it.
Right.
Okay?
You've got to set up your environment to support you, and even notes around the house, in
Yes.
your car,
You
in
know.
your wallet, so you remind yourself all the time
All
of
the
what you're
time.
supposed to be doing,
Okay?
what you're committed to.
He told me he didn't have a plan. Okay, I said, well, maybe that should be step one for you is to get a plan. Okay? All right. By the way, I did pull that plan off the mirror in the bathroom so that when guests came, they wouldn't see what I was doing. What's this dude? Man,
Personal stuff.
He wants to do what? He wants to become a what? Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's a big. That's
Another
the kind of
reason
goal.
why-
I like those big juicy
Yeah,
goals, though.
but you see, another reason why I like a plan is because you can check it off, check off those action items once you've completed them. And that makes you really feel
And-
good that I'm making
Right,
progress
the milestones.
on my plan.
Right, the milestones as you're going along, what you need to do and step to make that happen. I mean, these things don't fall in your lap.
No, they
you
don't
have to,
fall in
you
your
can't be a
lap.
pipe dream. It has to be in
Right.
the realm of reality as well. You have to have actions that are going to back up
Absolutely.
what you want.
I love the saying, if you don't tell the universe what you want, you will continue to get what you don't want. So if you get up every day and you're just getting the same old, same old, same old, change your thought pattern. Okay?
Right.
It's really that simple. If you continue to talk about gossip, talk about her, talk
Yeah.
about, you know,
Oh yeah.
tomorrow somebody's going to be talking about you,
That's
and then
true.
it continues,
what
and then you got
goes
gossip,
around comes
gossip,
around.
gossip,
You know,
gossip,
one thing I
gossip.
have to say for this.
So,
may I say
one-
one thing about gossip afterwards when
one
you're done?
thing.
I'm going to say something about gossip
One
later.
thing.
Go
Okay.
ahead. Mhm.
Go ahead.
But should I say it about
Go
gossip
ahead.
now? Okay, one thing I have to say about the forum: volunteer work for 5
Are
years.
we back to the forum
Yeah.
again, y'all?
Well, some of my best friends in LA come from
Okay,
the
so
forum. Most
how-
of them.
how does
Here's
that
what
help
they
us with
taught
this?
us about gossip in the forum when we were doing volunteer work. They said gossip kills relationships, gossip kills families, gossip kills businesses, and I came from that school. in my 20s and 30s, I was volunteering for these kind of companies that were saying that to us, that please, if you have something to say to someone, try to say it to the person who actually it's about, because that's the only person who can really do anything about it anyway.
So you're saying
No,
just go directly to that person
Yeah, they were
if you have a
recommending
concern
we
with him
not
or her.
gossip
Okay.
for the sake
Seems
of
easy enough,
not
right?
killing
Seems
the
easy
family,
enough.
you know, and killing the company.
Okay.
It was healthier. It
All
was
right.
it was a nice feeling of a little bit of more security, where you knew people would be forthright with you and open and honest. So
Okay.
that was a nice cultural environment I felt for a business to have.
Yes.
Because I felt, even though it was volunteer work, it was kind of like a corporate environment because we were learning corporate concepts.
Okay.
Positive, good,
next,
healthy.
Next thing I would ask is, what is your network?
Yeah.
If you work for an organization,
That's a good question.
And you have a trade, or if you work for yourself and you do have a trade, typically in those industries there is a trade show each year, or a trade organization that will give you information about how to become a dealer, how to become, you know,
There's some training.
Yeah. So go to those type of organizations. You know, find out where the people in your industry hang out. So if you are trying to become a plumber, go to where the plumbers hang out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Go to their meetings and
You're
their,
not going to get
their-
nothing from the guy,
the
you
union.
know, doing at the end of the corner. That's not
Yeah.
where you go
You need to
if
hang,
you're looking.
Exactly. You
You know,
need
if
to
you-
be in your environment with your peers.
That's right. If you hang out with 3 broke people, I guarantee you'll be the 4th. So try to find associations that can help you along the way. For me, I found that Kiwanis clubs were good. Kiwanis, I believe, was more of an afternoon type lunch setup. There was the...
You were really involved with the Kiwanis, right?
no, I was more involved with the... Where am I now? Messing with my notes, you see?
I numbered mine. I don't know about you.
No, it was a Rotary Club.
Oh, the Rotaries. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're good. They're volunteer.
Yeah.
They do a lot of volunteer stuff for the community.
You get a chance to meet people in your community, and Chamber of Commerce is another good one. It's a mixer.
And-
Typically, in most cities that I've been in, about 6 p.m., everybody, you know, has a business card, and you just network the room. This is what I
Right.
do. This is what I'd like to do. And you'll
Yeah.
be surprised how many people will say, hey, I have a friend in your industry who might be able to help you. So when we show up and we are ready, the old saying goes, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. That teacher that you need to help you get to the next level could be at that networking opportunity
Right.
for your industry. I mean, it's better than staying at home watching
Right.
TV,
Right.
listening to music.
And by the way,
those
well,
guys are all rich.
we talk
You're
about-
still sitting at home. Network in your
Right.
field of where you want to be prosperous.
Right. And Las Vegas, by the way, we have Infinity Business Group. We have La Tip. Infinity Business Group is very good. They have lots of meetings all week long, all over the city. Well, 2 or 3, and they're good. And they even have golf out in Henderson once a month, and it's inexpensive and it's a great way to network and hang out with new people in
Yes.
all professions.
Yes.
And Tony Ferreira,
Now-
hello,
now-
Tony.
now-
I want
now-
to say it's
yeah.
a very good group,
Now-
and he started it.
Okay, now I gotta say on this, a closed hand is never fed. So if you're just sitting at home speaking it into existence, my friend, nothing's gonna come in here. I mean, you gotta get out there and make it happen. So
I
let's
love that.
open it up.
Right.
So these networking functions that she just spoke of, if you like golf, go hang out in one of those.
Yeah.
Start meeting people.
Right, right. And they have a group of like 50, 60 people who
When the
meet.
student is ready, the teacher will appear. Okay?
And also, Las Vegas Connect is Thursday mornings at 7 a.m. at the Pancake House on Charleston.
How many pancakes you can?
They
can
have the original. It's the
The
original
original pan-
omelet. No,
Yeah,
it's the
okay.
omelet
Omelet house,
The omelet
okay.
house. Yeah, and that one is 7 a.m. Thursdays. It's very good. Anyone can go. It's a free, which is great because La Tip costs a lot of money per month or year to be a member.
Check it
But-
out. Don't
but-
be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah.
There's people out there willing to help you.
Right.
All right, I just got the nod again that we have to go to a break
Right.
when I get back, and we get back.
All right. Well, thank you for
We
sharing
will,
about
we
the
will,
secret.
finish up.
Thanks for sharing about the secret and your
It's
friend.
just my secret. I mean, it's not a secret. This information is It's
Well,
been out there
but
for
you
years.
started talking about the secret, the show.
We're just regurgitating it out to you
Sure.
in hopes that it might be help to you,
Right.
my friend.
See you in a little bit. We'll be right back.
Did you notice she has on her tattoos today
I
because
got
it's her
my
birthday?
it's my birthday. I got tattooed.
She came in without the top on. It was just all tattooed,
yeah.
and she wanted to do that. And we said, nah.
He's too conservative.
So
he
she
didn't want
put
that.
the top on over that. So anyway,
But
I
on
hope
the
you can
next
see her
on the
tattoos.
Fab Live show later today, I'm gonna be showing some different alter egos for all of us. We're all gonna be changing costumes and outfits and showing our other sides. And I know
Okay.
Greg's got another side. I'm still waiting to see it, but you know, there's an alter ego in there somewhere.
Good luck. In
It's a
finding it.
conga player.
Yeah, that will work. Okay, we'll be back.
Bye.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to dear one. Happy birthday to you. From good friends and true. From old friends and new.
Hey, this is Bettina Steinhauer. I am a social media performer and giver to the community. I have two shows, Gregarious Joy and Be Bettina show. I also am a clothing designer and manufacture bathing suits all summer long, every summer. I was asked to speak about women's empowerment. I come from a very long line of very powerful, wonderful women who believe in women's rights and are very outspoken and activists in the communities that they live in. My family are from Northern California, the grape and wine country, and all over the Bay Area and Oregon now, New York, and everybody that I know in my family has a good mind of their own, well-educated, and well-versed in women's rights and women's culture and empowerment in general. We are big believers in everybody having a voice and people doing well in their professions and being equally paid as well as treated well as women. So I want to invite you to come and watch Honeybees Women's Empowerment on Tuesdays at 3 o'clock and hear all the great stuff that we're going to talk about. See you there.
Hi, my name is Maria Pureza Leventhal. I am the founder of Social Media Show.
Hi, I'm Latoria Kern, founder and director of Family Arts at Wayla's Creation.
Hi, my name is Dolly Wright, and I'm a singer.
This is Bettina Steinhauer. I also am a clothing designer.
My name is Dolores Olson, and I'm a home-based business person for DJ.
Hi, my name is Jessica D, and I currently work for one of the biggest properties on the Strip.
Hello everybody, I am Kiki Dolmas. I am the CEO of Are You It Entertainment here in Las Vegas.
Hi, my name is Dawn. I'm the founder of The Giving Water, a local nonprofit that delivers water to disasters and people in need.
Hi, I'm Alicia, aka Catalina Winehouse with Ichigo.
Empowering girls and women is very powerful.
I am excited about empowering women for so many different reasons.
You know, we're here to discuss topics and to share topics.
And we actually have, have a voice here.
Women should stand for their rights and just reach out and just let people know how they feel.
And I'm hoping, since we are 52% of the population of the world now, we can start changing the world for it to be a better place.
From a very long line of very powerful, wonderful women who believe in women's rights,
to bring certain subjects and certain subject matters to the forefront.
Everyone else is against us, so we have to stick together and we have to believe in ourselves.
But most of all, to make women stronger and love themselves more. Because when you love yourself, it's easier for someone else to love you more.
So I want to invite you to come and watch
Honeybees.
Honeybees.
Honeybees,
A women empowerment talk show.
Women empowerment.
Honeybees Women. And I am here to empower women every Tuesday at 3 p.m.
Social Media Shows Network, and let us bring the women together in a small but powerful talk. See you there.
Coming back. Thanks for joining us. We right before the break.
Hey, Gregarious Joy.
Right. We were talking about using trade organizations to help you get to the next level.
Right, networking events and organizations
Yes.
in town.
Right.
I really do think that it's a good experience.
I agree.
And a lot of
but
people
we're going to move to the next one right now.
Mm-hmm.
The next one is a real touchy subject for a lot of people.
All right.
So I'm just going to throw it out there. You don't have to grasp it right away. You don't have to digest it and believe it and take it as gospel. Do with it as you will, because again, this is a suggestion.
Yeah.
In order to receive, you must first give. That's the law.
That's
okay?
true. It's a truism.
Yeah, it is a truism. So when you say, I've been speaking it and nothing has happened,
I've been given.
Some
but
people,
yeah.
not all people, but some people are spiritually bankrupt.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
And
like,
what I mean by that is
agree.
they haven't given anything to anybody.
It's like a tree. You have a tree. You have to water the tree.
When you're spiritually bankrupt, you might go to church and hear a good message. You don't even put anything in the plate.
But
Okay?
also, you don't have that something going on with the family or friends with the synergism spiritually, because if you're not giving, you're not just giving not giving money.
I was going to get to that.
Okay.
But that's very true.
What are the
because
other
money
ways?
is not the only way.
Yes.
If you have a family member that has cancer, if you have a family member that's ill, and you turning your back on them, okay, that's another way of becoming spiritually bankrupt.
Right.
So when you're asking the universe for something, it's like, dude, when's the last time you gave anything to anybody else?
And your integrity.
All you do is take care of yourself.
Yeah, and
in order to give, you have to receive. You have to put it out there.
And
okay.
And some people are numb. They don't. And
some people are just hoard.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're hoarding it, and or I think that if you want to find out what you should be doing, or you listen carefully, like meditation, or quiet yourself and think. If something goes on inside you, like a little that's your integrity. That's your integrity telling you, do something.
Okay.
All
right.
Listen to that.
So, maybe your family is in good shape right now. Everybody's doing fine. Okay.
You go to the community. Right?
Exactly.
That's the next step.
The hospital. When I was in California in medical sales, I spent the better part of 30 years in medical sales
Did you see all
and in
those
sales management.
You see all those volunteers coming in the hospital?
Yeah, there's always a pink lady at the front door, who volunteers
My
their
grandma
time.
was a candy striper. My grandma was one.
Okay.
And I was very proud of her for that.
Now, there's one area that really impressed me. I was doing a simulation lab, and they were asking for people to come in and be with someone as they're making their transition.
Oh, that's a big one. That's like hospice,
I mean,
hospice training.
it made me sit back in my seat for a volunteer to sit with someone who is about to make their transition. you know, we take for granted because we have friends and family,
Right.
that someone will be there to, you know, take care of our arrangements.
Right, but what if
She
there's
said,
nobody?
you would be surprised how many people die alone. And they would just love to have someone sitting in that chair next to them, holding their hand, or just being present. You don't even have to talk. You know, you don't have to hold hands.
Just eye contact.
Yeah, but just to know that somebody is with them.
Exactly.
You know, that
touches me. That
you know,
really-
hit a chord within
really
me
touches
because, you know, you tend to make the assumption that, you know, we're all covered. It's all good. But apparently it's not that way. So there's many, many ways to get involved.
That's why
Boys
a
and
lot of-
Girls Clubs
and a lot of
or
people
another one
volunteer
that you
with
can
hospice.
get into.
A lot of people volunteer with hospice or get trained to do that job, to be able to be there for people when they're in their end and help the family, or be there for the person, giving them the morphine at the end and things like that. And, you know, that's a training that you can go through to become a hospice volunteer.
Right. So someone asked a question of me in one of my classes, and they said, okay, you've given me a wide range of not only financially, but of my time, of where I can give back to God, to the universe.
What else?
Where would you go with your money? And my answer is, I give where I'm spiritually fed. Okay, so if you're learning and growing from, if it's a church, if it's a center, if it's from an author, from a book, give to them.
Yeah.
You know?
Participate. Share
You know,
it with
we're
your
gonna
friends.
get set up
Put
someday,
it on.
you know, soon to be able to, you know, take donations and put them out into the communities that we care about.
And have sponsors.
So, yeah, if we've been of some inspiration to you, you're certainly welcome to give to us.
Hit the star.
But give,
They have to hit the star.
definitely hit the star. But you know, if you
While
like
the
to
show
do
is
it,
while the show is live, you
other
can hit
than
the
the
star.
star, okay,
Right.
So in essence, what I'm saying is, you have to give. Okay. All right. And
I like that. Some people are spiritually bankrupt and they do have to learn to give.
you like that saying?
Yeah, no, well, I like it because I see it. You know,
Right.
they're just, and you can
Right.
see a closed down person.
Right.
You can see people who you can tell.
Well, you know, just know that there's a
It's
loving,
kind of-
loving God out there that wants to give you the desires of your heart, knowing that there is. Okay? It's your birthright. God wants His people to prosper. It's out there for you.
Like I
You
had
know, I have to think about life this way, and I'll close it out with that because
Okay.
I know you're chomping at the bit today. I'm gonna get you off that whatever it was. What was it? Yeah, pink lemonade. What was in that? That was what do you call that? It wasn't sugar. It was.
I don't know.
All right. Well, y'all know what I'm talking about. She's had a few glasses of those today. You know, I like to think of life as a buffet. So you go to your favorite restaurant for, you know, maybe that Sunday brunch,
Yeah.
great Sunday morning, you know, type thing, or even after church on Sunday.
We went to a great buffet recently, that Chinese one.
Yeah,
That was so good.
and you ask if you could just take a stroll down because you wanted to take a look at all the entrees and all the samplings that they have. And you start with the fruit, cantaloupe, the watermelon, the apples, the strawberries, the blueberries, and you go, wow, this is very rich, very, very nutritious. And then you move on down, and then you start seeing the salad bar and all the associated fixings that would accommodate your salad. Then you go to the entrees, and you know, your favorite entrees there.
You start at the
and
dessert.
then-
Do you go backwards?
No.
Have you ever done that?
Then you got a guy there with a white coat and a big white hat.
And he's cutting.
He's
right?
carving,
Yeah.
you know, this prime rib. Go to the next guy, he's carving ham. You know, and you go to the next guy, he's carving turkey. And it's just like everything one could possibly want right here in this buffet. So I go back and I said, yeah, I'm going to do the buffet today. And he says, right this way. So he seats me at this table. And I'm sitting here going, okay. I'm seeing everybody walk by, you know, their plates are all loaded, sitting here waiting and waiting, and they're walking by, all plates. And I said, hey, wait a minute. I didn't get a plate. He said, sir, you have to get up and get it yourself.
That's it. That's the
Okay?
key. That's the
what
key
life
right there.
is all about. Everything you need and want is already out there. It's given.
You gotta get up
It's out there.
and walk over to it.
You gotta get up and do it yourself. Nobody's gonna give it to you if you want it that bad. Okay?
I love
if
that.
you want it that bad, get up and get it yourself. All right.
Enough said. That was beautiful. That
All
was
right,
beautiful.
so you were chomping at the bit to close me out, so you were gonna share what with us?
Oh, well, I was going to intervene, but it's okay. I loved how you shared that. That was great. I was just going to give a little something about corporate culture.
Okay.
And how corporate culture and on your job, this is practical advice, or I lecture, I think it's just going to be a tiny one.
Yes.
But it's about different approaches to life. And this was from a Fearless talk that I saw on Facebook recently. It was really nice, and I took some notes. It was about the things like whenever we're about being, doing, or having, it's kind of a victim behavior when you come from that, versus being, just being whatever you want to have happen, like being it, thinking it in your mind, and instead of doing it, like doing, how people are into the doingness of their, there's writing and writing.
You injected
being.
me today.
It's
I'm
a
going to inject with you. It is hard to just be.
It is hard.
When you're thinking about, is the rent going to get paid?
My
is
kid,
the car note going to
my
get
wife,
paid?
my situation.
Is the car insurance going to get paid?
All the stuff in life, like a broken bicycle,
And you're
wheel,
telling me
or,
to just be?
Anything.
I mean, for the average person, just being is not enough.
It's a lot of work. It's hard. Yeah, but being happy is a kind of a decision.
Okay.
It really is a decision in life.
So no matter what life throws at me, I'm going to be happy.
We have
today.
to make that decision on some level at some time, and maybe repeatedly all the time, regularly.
Again, easier said than done.
It's true.
It is. But that's my motto as well, is to be happy.
Like, okay, if you're
And
new on a job.
sometimes it's difficult to find the happiness in the midst of this quote-unquote trial situation that I'm going through. Mm-hmm. Sometimes kind of hard to find the happiness
and
in
like
that.
if you're on a new job, for instance,
But keep
and you're
smiling anyway.
What's the first thing you want to do? You want to please your boss, right? You want to perform well and please your boss. So you want to have them love you, right? So it says on a level. I mean it on a level.
Okay.
Kind of a like
respect me when I'm doing my job.
Okay, well,
respect my intellect,
it's a
respect what I'm giving to the team.
It's an expression. Let's put it that way.
It's an expression.
Okay. So so how do you get your boss to love you? You commit to a regime, to consistency, to commit to a regime of consistency, to
a
be
regime of your own, or to his regime.
To working on the job in a regime, which is showing consistency. You want to show consistency, right? So they fall in love with you because of your accumulation of many acts of consistency. Am I wrong?
I think you're right. So
okay, so you look
being consistent is coming to work on time, going out, clocking out at lunch on time.
And if you're
and
not
coming
early,
back
you're
on time.
like having the mentality if you're not early, you're late.
Right. Right.
Keeping accurate records with your pay, and your dress accordingly. You're like grooming yourself appropriately for the job. All those things that are required to succeed in that job.
That's a commitment.
Like girls can't go with the boobs out, in a lot of jobs. Some maybe on the strip as a waitress or something, maybe, but not that many jobs corporately. It's really considered appropriate, right?
Right.
Maybe
so
it is. Is
how
it?
did we get to boobs when we were
I don't
talking
know.
about
Boobs,
making a commitment?
But at any rate,
Okay.
Then leadership. Okay, right. To have a strong corporate culture. What this guy in this talk, I wish I had his name because I'm embarrassed. I can't share his name, but it's called Fearless Talk, and different approach to life. Maybe you can Google it and get him through that, the title. But he says they studied corporate cultures, and the best ones were like where people were like brothers and sisters. They fought. They were
I don't know if I want to
No,
be
no,
working
listen.
with my brother and
No, no.
sister in the corporate world.
Yeah, but this is what the guy said. Let me just share.
Okay, I
And
just
so-
gave you my papers and they're supposed to have been copied
Okay,
yesterday.
here's the deal.
And you don't have them ready yet. What's your boss's name? I wouldn't
No,
do
no,
that
no,
to my
no, no.
sister.
Here's the deal. It's a culture where, like, you had 7 brothers and sisters.
I
You didn't
did.
get scrappy with your brothers and sisters all the
Yeah,
time.
from time to time.
From
we
time
did.
to time, you tell
Yeah.
them off, or they tell you off, or
Right,
somebody was
right,
saying doing
right.
something. So you'd fight with them, you'd play with them, but even though there was all that going on, nobody was going to hurt you. You knew you were in a family. You knew that they wouldn't disown you. They wouldn't kick you out. You knew they wouldn't hurt you.
Okay.
So
They wouldn't
So you had a
kick
core-
you out. Really struck a chord with me. So what do you mean by that?
Well, like
In the
in a family. So the best corporate cultures are like a family, where you treat each other. You can fight. You can be full out with each other straight. Like you had some people in your job who told you, "Oh, your dad was a postman, and that's why
What
you."
does it have to do with the price of
It
eggs in
has
China?
no. It has to do with being full out and being able to be that close with people, I guess, and then take care.
That's not being close with people.
But take care of the common values. Like you have common values, and the common values, like we all have social awkwardness. We do. But when you like go to assess someone new for a job, when you're interviewing somebody, you interviewed a lot of people, right? Didn't you hire like salespeople under you?
Yes.
And stuff like that. When you assess somebody, you look for trustworthiness.
Okay.
Didn't you
All
feel
right,
like
right.
you looked for trustworthiness and you
Sure.
can feel that?
Sure.
That's the thing where you look people in the eye, you can feel that. That's a very visceral thing.
Yeah, but I think we've gotten away from the family environment or the family tradition or whatever
Well, maybe to
family
call it
culture
family
that
is-
you're saying
is a
corporate
bit-
America has.
Well, here's
corporate
the-
America has one mission, and it is to make money.
Well, wait,
Okay?
I want to.
Corporations have no soul. So for you to say that
This is
we're
what he
family
said.
is not true.
No, wait, okay, this is what he said
If you're
they
not
have-
producing, you're no longer making them money. You can't do your job,
And you're out.
You are expendable.
that's-
you will be
that's-
terminated. Corporations have no soul, and as long as the earlier you come to grips with that, you don't take it personal what happens to you in the workplace.
Okay, I'm just saying
Okay?
this is
It's
an
a means
ideal.
of income
This is an ideal work
to
environment.
pay the bills, and we are grateful for that, but we don't take it personal.
Okay, I get it. You can say that's usually what.
Okay, so
the,
what
the
else in the
guy
corporate
said in
culture?
in his studies of very successful work environments. He said that usually, the CEO, they usually can't have a close relationship with every single person in the company. They have to scale. The scale breaks down things. Like we cannot handle more than apparently 150 close relationships in our life. I don't know, because of memory and time. You can say you desperately care about people who you know their names of, but you might not be able to have that many impact on so many people, but you can have impact on them and ask them how their family is and how their people are. You can do it that way, and that's something that
I think most corporations do a good job with that, of sending out a letter from personnel,
like a memo.
saying, hope you and your family have a very Merry Christmas,
Right.
and, from the top down.
or when we did well, congratulations
right,
everybody,
right.
and
They do
these
do
people,
that.
and acknowledgments.
The ones that I do like is put a little financial something with that.
Yeah,
Put a little honey baked ham gift certificate, or something.
Tickets to the ball game, something,
Walgreens,
right?
$25.
Right. You get the
that just
seats to the ball
shows
game,
that,
you go to the-
a little extra bit that you care.
Yeah, and actually, I used to like going to a lot of corporate events, like fundraisers where you have
Yes.
a table. They buy a table, and then the best people or who they want to acknowledge that
Right,
month, they
right.
let them go to this big
Right.
fancy affair.
So,
I
am
anyway,
being
we
told
get to-
now that we have to wrap it up.
Right. Well, the
That we-
last point on this was
Okay,
that we have to
third
take
last
care
point, fourth
about
last
how
point.
if we care about how these people are doing,
Yes.
it does make a difference, and it gives courage. The
Uh-huh.
courage is when you have those relationships, you will find courage. Like when it comes to supporting other people who have your back. When you know people have your back, that gives you courage. And when you have those relationships in your workplace, you'll find the courage.
Mhm.
If you don't have it, you'll find it because you know they have your back. So you said that that saves lives and save you from depression, for instance. to have relationships on your job that are supportive. That can save your life from maybe depression or whatever, for whenever you...
I would agree, if you've got good
And-
friends around
and-
you.
And also those corporate cultures, they say that they often say I love you to each other.
Okay.
So I think that's pretty cool.
All right. Well,
Not like you can say
again,
it trivially, but you know, you can say it in different
yes.
ways.
So in closing, the question today was your thoughts create your reality. What are you thinking about? In closing, I would just make a suggestion.
And leadership and courage is what I've shared.
On your watch, or even let's say on your smartphone. You set your smartphone. Huh? Oh, we do?
Yeah, we do.
Okay. Well,
okay.
well, I'm going to go with this, and then we'll go to the next segment. She said that I had a little bit more time, so set the
phone,
the clock on your phone for like every 15 minutes or every 30 minutes. You know, you can even make it every hour.
And what's that supposed to remind you of? A tip?
When it goes off,
a
write
tip.
down the thoughts that you're
Ooh.
thinking.
Oh, that's a good exercise.
Okay.
Oh.
So at the end of the day, tally up your thoughts. Where did they go? That's the question that I asked.
That's a great idea.
So are you thinking about how am I going to make ends meet? Is that where your thoughts are going? I should not have married her. She gets on my nerves. I need a new job. I hate life. Remember, where your thoughts go, that's where form goes. Okay? And form is the living substance. Okay? You don't want to spend your thoughts on that for the day.
Right.
So,
that's a great exercise
just
to
do a
monitor
little inventory of yourself,
where you're at.
See where your thoughts are going.
And be
because
honest.
thoughts do become your reality.
Yeah, be honest.
And lastly, and please, you're not doing it for me. You're not doing it for anyone else. I'm not going to come and check your paper. But again, check your thoughts. Your thoughts become your reality. See where you are. Take that inventory.
And maybe.
And then the last thing, and then I'll turn it over to you. I promise. We're gonna find out what's in that.
Shush.
It's a story about a guy who goes to, heaven, and Saint Peter gives him a tour of the place, and he said, "This is your spot right here, big house." Opens the door, and there's a big boat, a little convertible BMW. He walked in, and man, big screen TV, and he's looking around, and he said, "All this stuff is mine?" He said, "All of it." He said, "Well, why didn't I ever get it when I was on Earth?" And he said, "Because you never asked for it."
Oh, I love that. That's beautiful.
You gotta ask for what you want.
Going on that, when you write down your thoughts at this exercise
and if you don't ask
per day,
the universe is going to continue to give you what you're getting right now.
Wait, what are you drinking? Okay.
I don't do water.
When you do the exercise and you observe, say, possibly that you don't have that great a result, and at the end of the day your thoughts were a little bit on the negative side or scattered or whatever, they weren't really, we want to invite you to have a little bit more empowering interpretation of whatever your thoughts could be per day. Like set some goals, like put some things on a little piece of paper, like a little jot down who I am here to be today is, and write it down and put it in your wallet, put it in your house, put it at your desk, so that you have something you can, you got your negatives, but put your positives on the front of the card and keep it in front of you.
Let me say something. Remember what Jojo said last week?
I wasn't watching this.
Say yes to something that you are live to say no.
Ooh, that's a good exercise. Say yes to something that you would normally say no. Like to be a top Las Vegas designer. That's like a big.
You heard it here.
And I'm sure you had big goals like that, those private personal ones that you put in your bathroom. I mean, those were probably out there, right? But it gave you juice.
You'll never know.
They gave you juice. It gave you something, empowerment. It gave you something to get excited about.
That's what you want to get excited about.
Right. That's it for now. We'll be back in a few minutes.
All right.
Thanks for showing up for Gregarious Joy on socialmediashows.com.
Thank you.
See you in a bit.
Peace and blessings.
Happy birthday to you.
Live streaming on social media is the best new way to interact and bond with your community. Do you love to encourage, motivate, and empower others, but you do not know how? Well, your opportunity starts with us on social media shows. We have 20 shows a week live streamed across the globe, with a reach of over 80,000 and growing. So you can host your own show, and you can be anything you want to be. So let's bring the community together, and let's bring the world to you. Join us now.
Hello everybody, I am Kiki Dolas and I am here to empower women. I am starting in a new show every Tuesday at 3 p.m. and it's called Honeybee's Women Empowerment. And you know, we're here to discuss topics and to share topics and to of course hear the interaction with you as well. I am the CEO of Are You It Entertainment here in Las Vegas, and I'm also a club owner. I've been in Las Vegas since 1979, and I love my city and I love to share my city. So I would like and hope that you will join us again Tuesday at 3 p.m. Honeybee's Women Empowerment Show. See you soon.
John is an employee at one of the most famous firms in the city of New York. So his job is very hectic, and he realized that it is necessary for him to go and finally take a vacation. But he went on a vacation without planning out the details, and wasn't able to truly enjoy where he went because he had to think about so many things that he didn't plan for. Instead of enjoying his time away from work, he came back with more stress that he was not able to take full advantage of his vacation. But this year, a coworker suggested him to try World Ventures this time to make his vacationing more enjoyable and less stressful. They do not require you to plan anything outside of your transportation, which is also available at discounted rates. Your stay, your transport, and many meals are planned by the club. John liked the idea very much. He tries World Ventures, and his experience with the club was amazing, as he made many friends there with whom he had a great time. John recommends that everyone should try this club, as they are the best in business. See how the VIP-vacation-club.com can give you the right experience without all the hassle. Enjoy the VIP.
Live streaming on social media is the best new way to interact and bond with your community. Do you love to encourage, motivate, and empower others, but you do not know how? Well, your opportunity starts with us on social media shows. We have 20 shows a week live streamed across the globe, with a reach of over 80,000 and growing. So you can host your own show, and you can be anything you want to be. So let's bring the community together, and let's bring the world to you. Join us now. Live streaming on social media is the best new way to interact and bond with your community. Do you love to encourage, motivate, and empower others, but you do not know how? Well, your opportunity starts with us on social media shows. We have 20 shows a week live streamed across the globe, with a reach of over 80,000 and growing. So you can host your own show, and you can be anything you want to be. So let's bring the community together, and let's bring the world to you. Join us now.
We're back and we're bad.
Dun, dun,
You're
dun,
bad,
dun,
not
dun,
me.
dun. Okay.
Hey, you can be bad if you want.
So you're gonna take us on home here today, right? Share with us your last topic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess I will. Okay, we have had 4 heavy topics here already today, and I want to end with a lighter one.
Okay. I
Because
didn't
we
think
usually
they
have
were
a
too heavy.
Well, they were intense. I mean, the talk about, you know, this is it. My talk about this is it, and this transformational technologies is
Yes.
it's a very heavy subject for some people, and they can't, unless you've studied this or gone to courses like this or grappled with it before, you possibly might be a little jammed if you've never seen or heard this before. And it may be very upsetting for you.
Right.
And you may actually, it takes a lot of time for people to grasp these concepts and
Yes.
to digest them and to really bring them into their life. But maybe you're quick and you can learn it quick. I loved it. It was, to me, a shot in the arm. It was like taking the forum again really quickly by listening to her tape. And I haven't even listened to all of it.
Can you close us out with what you wanted to share?
And then you were talking about The Secret.
Yes.
And giving and being a person who's not spiritually bankrupt, but a giver.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And then I was talking about a fearless talk, and it had to do with leadership in corporate culture and just what courage and leadership, in this talk. It was really interesting how the guy said that he found that the courage came sometime from just knowing the people, well, a lot of times from knowing the people who in your workplace had your back, and that actually really healthy corporate environments, they could actually save your life. Literally, like if you're depressed, and somebody's there for you, that's saving your life.
Okay.
Right? I mean, during bad times in your life, who is there for you? Sometimes it's not the people you think it's going to be.
True.
If they're not
true.
If they're not up to the challenge that day, week, month, or ever, it's surprising. Sometimes it's not your family or your friends. Sometimes it's actually the grocer or somebody that you
someone you least expected.
A new acquaintance, yeah. And that actually, remember that book, What Color Is Your Parachute? Getting a job, and it has all the revised every year, how to get a job. They always say in there something I think is really great. It's always in every one, that it's like the power of the casual relationship. I don't know, something where a casual
I can see it.
A casual relationship, believe it or not, can be where you get your best lead or your best support. I mean, sometimes.
So your casual relationship would be like,
just like someone,
the checker at the grocery store.
Yeah, or somebody that you're never going to see again, maybe. Sometimes sharing
that person that greets you at the counter at your favorite fast food.
Yeah, and it's amazing because if you're open and you'll venture out and share yourself.
Yes.
Believe it or not, sometimes those are the best people to talk to. People you're not going to see again, but somebody who can maybe shine some light on something in a very quick, or support you in a moment where you need a prayer. Oh my gosh, I've had a lot of people pray for me at the most amazing moments. Never would have believed.
Where was the most amazing moment that someone prayed with you?
Well, this was actually one of my friends at church told me there's this thing called silent unity, and you can call 24/7. I called 3 in the morning one time, and I thought, no way, no one's going to be there. I called Silent Unity, and there was somebody there. And my gosh, they gave me They gave me the best prayer in a night when I was crying hard and I couldn't stop.
Do you have their number?
Well, you know what? You just Google it, Silent Unity, you'll find it.
Right.
And anybody can call them at any time. It's really beautiful, and they'll send you a thing in the mail too if you want to follow up, or an email. They'll call you again later if you want. They're very great, and there's just somebody there, and the prayers. My gosh, I mean the prayers they are so beautiful. Like
practitioners that actually pray with you.
I mean, you might briefly. They'll ask you a little bit of brief. They don't want the whole history or the whole story.
Right.
That could take forever, right?
Right.
And then it's not a counseling session where you've got a psychiatrist in front of you or anything, or anyone who's really probably going to be able to give you tangible results, but you tell them briefly, and they will give you the most beautiful prayer. If you're open to spiritual feeding, you will be enriched, very enriched by their prayers, and it will really.
I must say that I've had an inside experience with Silent Unity. I went to Unity School of Christianity to study.
Yeah, I love that about you, because I love Unity Church.
And that's one of the things that I requested. Is that I'd like to, get to the prayer tower and meet those folks.
Did you get to meet them?
Well, they have really, really specific, boundaries for them. I did get a chance to sit outside of the call room. They have a place where they can come out and meditate for their breaks, or before their shift starts, they can come out and sit and meditate silently in prayer before they go into the prayer room. So I sat with one of the practitioners, and I said, what is the toughest prayer call that you've ever received. And she said she got a call from a gentleman on death row.
Oh, man.
This was his last phone call.
Oh, my gosh.
And he called here.
That's
and she
beautiful.
said, you know,
That's so
I got the
beautiful.
call.
It's beautiful.
And I said, well, did you freak out? She said, no, I just prayed with him and let him know that whatever he had done, that he's in the hands of a loving God, and just send him on to his transition. So she said, I was really glad that I was there for him. It kind of freaked me out for a minute.
It's really
if
amazing,
I was
though.
sitting on the phone.
That's a moment of powerful healing and a chance to do something very powerful.
Yes. At the Center for Spiritual Living in Las Vegas, where I attend, on Sunday, at the close of the service, they were making the announcement about the check-in with congregants phone calls. We used to do that in Palo Alto. I was pleased to see, if you're open to a call, from someone from the church.
Yeah,
to
we always
pray
have a
with
prayer
you.
request at each church service. Most churches have that.
Yeah,
it's wonderful.
yeah.
It's a nice thing that all churches do have it usually.
Right.
And you can ask for a phone call if you like.
If you like, and if you don't,
A lot of people are too embarrassed.
Yeah, so
but
I have
you shouldn't
a
be.
great deal of respect for people who step up to the plate in that fashion to give back of their time and their talent.
Yep. Very nice. Very nice. Yes. And so anyway, all these.
I can't believe you ran out of breath.
What about you? What about the most? For you.
I'm not a prayer over the phone warrior.
No, but I mean, what was a time when a stranger made a difference in your life or helped you when you wouldn't have never ever expected it?
Oh, a stranger helped me when I didn't least expect it.
When you got that job in Atlanta, in the builder, like in sales, doing the building.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
He needed a job, and he found one.
Yeah, speaking of speaking it into existence, thanks for reminding me of that because I had really forgotten about that.
But they didn't do what you did. They didn't do.
I decided I was going to drive Uber. I had been putting some resumes out. I had moved to Atlanta, and the job that I came to Atlanta for did not come to fruition for me. So I started driving Uber, and my thinking every morning when I got up was I blessed my car, and I blessed it in a fashion of everybody who comes into this car is a light for me in some sort of form or fashion, or I am a light for them.
That's a great premise to start your day out with. I like that.
I didn't play the radio. I was very open, to my customers. Some people like to talk, most people don't. But I always found that people who got in my car either just like to talk, or maybe I said something to pull it out of them or whatever. But we always had great conversations. So I say all that to say this. I pick up a guy, it's Friday, it's about 5:30, 5:45, and it's in the middle of rush hour traffic, and he tells me the restaurant he wants to go to, and when I put it in the GPS, it says 45 minutes. And I'm going, well, it's going to be a long time in the car with this guy. So, I let him get through his emails and stuff like that, and, when he was just kind of sitting back, and I heard the sigh, and I said, yeah, man, long week. He said, yeah, thank God it's Friday, blah, 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 blah. And I said, well, if you don't mind me asking, what do you do? And he said, well, I work for a sales organization. I'm a reseller of some of the top tech companies in the country. And I said, like who? He said, well, I don't want to, give you the names of the company right away, but tell me about you. So he flipped the script. So I told him about my background and being a sales rep, district manager, a regional manager, led a team.
You hadn't just done Uber your whole life.
So he's looking at me like, this is not what I was expecting when I was riding in an Uber car. But he said, I got to tell you what, I've gotten 2 good leads from Uber guys who were in transition that were, trying to find their way. He said, I tell you what, you don't happen to have a resume. I said, nah, you know, it's not something I'm doing with an Uber car. But he said, I tell you what, here's my card. Send me your resume. I did. I got a call the next day from Human Resources saying, can you come in today at 2 o'clock for an interview?
Nice.
We were impressed from what we heard from one of our senior vice presidents. Did you hear what I said? Senior vice president sitting in the back seat of my car. What are the chances that he and I have a conversation? He recommends me. I come in for the interview, and I'm now on the team that represents one of the #1 tech companies in the world, Google. I answered the phone as Google. Okay? Now, that couldn't have happened if I went to Google's website, put in my resume, and hit me with every job that comes within my area. Impossible.
I love that.
When you tell the universe what you want, and you're thinking about it, you're asking for it. I'm in the car every day. God lead me. God guide me. Let the right person come into my life. It happens.
That's great. That's a beautiful story.
Spirit wants to give you what you want. But how many times have you been in an Uber car where the music is trashy, or, now I mean, I don't want to trash nobody's music, but somebody's on the phone, or, man, I don't know who that
I'm going to tell you why that happened.
Because she thinks she is. If you keep with that, you're going to get more of that. It just keeps coming.
I'll tell you why it happened.
Because that's what you keep.
I'll tell you why it happened.
Putting
It
out
was
to the universe.
Yes, but it was game recognizes game. That's what you've told me. Like, he was being in such a way that the guy recognized his game, like what he's about.
Man, I'll tell you, BET, you have really come up a stage. We're going to have to give you a trophy.
It's my birthday.
She said, game, recognize game.
Yeah.
Let's give her not only a birthday card, but maybe some more of that punch.
Yes.
No, we can't do that. This is a family show. But go ahead.
What about the next subject? Or
Yeah, didn't you have a few more of those?
I don't really know where people have helped me. Oh, this little, I don't know, one time, actually a year and a half ago when I was getting my divorce, I met a girl at the post office. That was an interesting meeting. We were both there with, P.O. boxes because we were both getting a divorce right about the same time. She's like half my age. She was very tearful. She was in the midst of a horrible moment, and I wasn't really in a horrible moment at the moment, and so I was there for her. And we were
your chipper self. You went up and she just started talking.
No,
she does that better than anybody.
I did not. I wasn't my chipper self. I actually was just right there with her on the same level. I was mad, sad, angry, disappointed,
so you listened,
frustrated, and I totally
accepted.
Understood where she was at.
Okay.
And she was.
Some people try to fix you.
She was,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. No. People
jump in and girl, I wouldn't have taken that. What I would have done. And sometimes all people want you to do is just listen.
Just get them. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Get them where they're at. That's it. Because fixing people, it's like there's time and space for that, but not always all the time. Yeah. Sometimes it's not appropriate. It's better. So at this moment, anyway, I met somebody at a unusual moment, unusual place.
Yes.
We were there for the same reason. We were in the same life situation. She's half my age. So now she's my little sister. Now we become friends. And it's neat. We're friends. And I love having a relationship with this person that we have a little funny, special bond. But because, I guess...
I think most of us are lucky to have someone like that.
Hopefully we'll be friends forever, honestly.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing that story with us.
It's special. And I think that, we should always be open to people. And actually, I could have walked away. She, but I had some clothes in my car. I gave her some extra clothes that day. She was sort of in a situation where she couldn't get access to her clothes. And I happened to just go into Goodwill, and they were her size, and these shoes and these stretch jeans.
That's
and
amazing.
I gave
how
her
God
a few
works.
pairs right
Isn't
there.
It?
Where
you are the answer to
needed
someone's prayer.
Yeah, and she
sitting in the
appreciated that.
back seat of your car, and you are open to spirit to be able to connect with her, and she shares a little bit about her journey with you, and you go, aha, that aha moment where spirit speaks to you. You got some clothes in the back seat of the car that'll probably work for her, and they just happen to be the perfect size.
It was there. It was perfect.
And you say, "Oh, what a coincidence!"
And some boots,
there
some
is
shoes.
No coincidence.
And it was winter, and she
spirit.
had flip flops on or something. It was winter. She was actually didn't have access to all her winter clothes. It was just turned winter. You know, like sometimes in our city, it turns on a dime. Like one day it'll be summer, and then it's winter. We go past fall sometimes.
What? Right now in Vegas, I wish it was winter again. I thought I could get through this dry heat.
Yeah, I told
man.
you. What do you think now?
I'm telling you, once it gets over 110,
here it is.
Forget about it. It is heat I have never
It's
experienced.
No way.
115, 116, 117 the other day.
You can only be out there for a few minutes, and then you start to wilt.
Yeah, you do. You know, and they
And-
said not only drink water, but you need electrolytes. Drink Gatorade.
Gatorade, yeah.
I mean, you just pumping yourself to get through. It's like, but you know, I see people who have gotten used to it, walking the sidewalk like it's nobody's business.
You have to
It's
get
like,
used to it. It's
you
some
know,
strange gene we get. Yeah.
Yeah. So after a little bit of time, I guess I saw someone yesterday. It was 6 o'clock.
But if you were out of
and it was
Freon-
105 or 106, and they were jogging.
Oh, scary. Oh my gosh. Well, they must have wanted to sweat out the dirt.
I was like, oh,
they were really,
geez.
They were doing a spa thing there. They
you
were
know
really
what?
spotting
I
it.
never thought I'd be happy to say I'm glad to be in the 90s. 97, 98.
Yeah, that's why we go to Stevenson's Ranch and we go to Mount Charleston for an hour and a quarter away. We'll get cooled off by 10 degrees.
Right, you
or
still
go to
got
the
a little
beach.
snow up
We'll
there.
go to Laguna to the beach for a while. We'll get out of this heat for a while. A lot of people take a little vacation when it starts getting too much.
Okay.
'Cause
So anything
weekend
you want to
trips.
say to kind of wrap this segment up?
Just dreaming out loud and trusting spirit.
Dreaming out loud and trusting spirit.
I mean, all of this groveling and planning and plotting and creating and looking at different ways of becoming empowered in our life, it's all about dreaming out loud. It really is. You know?
Not only dreaming out loud, but putting action to that.
Yeah.
You got to put action to that.
Put legs
dream.
to it.
Yeah, put feet to it.
Mm-hmm. And
you got to get those hush puppies moving.
and living in spirit, like being
Live.
open to the flow, being in flow with your spirit.
Being in the flow.
In fact, speaking out about flow, I've got a decluttering service that's helping me called Move into Flow. By the way, thanks Yogi, you're great, and I'm going to promote you all the time because she's already helping me. She's got me on Facebook on these little videos that she supports her people. She's helping organize their home and stuff. And
I thought you were going to talk about Flo, the girl down at the diner.
No.
That's a good friend of yours.
No.
That girl named Flo.
Move into Flow with Yogi.
Okay.
She's a great organizer.
And not Hustle and Flow either.
She's
huh?
working.
You
She's
make
working.
my money when I'm in need.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Heal.
All right.
Didn't have to heal you. Oh, this is my alter ego, by the way. This tattoo shirt.
She wanted to do that for her birthday.
And
her
I had some alter ego for Greg, but he
There
would
is
not go there.
absolutely no way
He
I
would
would
not
wear
go there
this.
today
No.
for whatever reason.
Nope.
He hasn't found his like alter ego yet, but we're gonna get there, whatever it may be.
Whatever it might be, for as long as it takes.
You're gonna break loose one of these days.
One of these
You're
days.
a fashion
Yes,
man.
yes,
It's gonna.
yes.
We're gonna get you.
Okay. Well,
JC
listen,
and
happy
our
birthday again.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Wow. Man.
You're my
There it
counterpart,
is. Yes.
Mr. Gregarious, and I'm the Joy.
Miss Bettina Joy.
Yep. Greg Franklin Speaks and Be Bettina Fashion.
All right. Until we meet again, I pray for you.
I pray for me.
You're supposed to say,
No, we
I
pray-
pray for me.
Okay.
I pray for you.
Start over. I pray for you. You pray for me.
Yeah.
We're all part of a family.
God's family.
Right. And let there be peace on earth.
And let it begin with me.
Right.
Peace and blessings, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
From Gregarious Joy.